Okay, this video is going to be on electromagnetic induction. Okay, so electromagnetic induction, we're going to get started. My bad, I'm moving kind of quick. Let's do a quick review. What is electricity? You should remember now that electricity is the movement of electrons. Whenever electrons are moving, you have electricity. Anything that causes an electron to be able to flow, the electrons to be able to flow, is causing electricity. So what does induce mean? Induce means to cause to happen. So electromagnetic induction means to use a magnetic force to cause electricity to happen. That's basically what that means. Okay? Next. So what is what is electromagnetic induction? I think I just said that. Using magnetic force to cause electrons to move. And this generates electricity. So when you have electrons moving, you're generating electricity. How can you actually do that? Alright. So there are actually three ways. You can switch poles of a magnet. If you take a magnet and you switch it back and forth, then you are causing the electrons to move because the magnets are attracting the electrons, and as you're moving the poles back and forth, you're causing the electrons to shake back and forth, and if they're shaking, then you're getting electricity. If you move the magnet in and out of the coil, this is causing like a tug of war on the electrons. You're moving it in and it's causing the electrons to move one way, and you're moving it out and it's causing them to move the other way. Remember, electrons moving is electricity. You can increase and decrease the magnetic field. So that means if you have a field and you make it stronger or weaker, then you're going to end up getting basically, same thing. Electrons are going to be moving as they get stronger, and then they're going to go back into place as it gets weaker, causing electricity. So here's my little picture of a magnet. As you take this magnet and you stick it inside the coil like so, and you move it back and forth, it has to be going back and forth, back and forth. As you do that, you are generating electricity. Okay. Same with if, this right here, if you actually had those if you increased and decreased the field, you would also see electricity taking place. Okay. So now, what happens when the magnet stops moving? Well, what do you think actually happens? If the magnet's not moving, if you're not increasing or decreasing the poles, the strength, if you're not switching the poles, are electrons moving? No. If electrons are not moving, then do you have electricity? Well, if you go back to the beginning, what I said, what is electricity? It is the movement of electrons. So when electrons stop moving, you have no electricity. So if you just stopped a magnet from moving, then there would be no electricity. And it's because electrons are not moving. And that is that. I suggest that you take a look at the PhET simulator that I have listed underneath this video and try to answer some of the questions. Play around with electromagnets. I actually had you guys do a lab. You can refer back to the lab. I will include a link to the questions. Okay? Okay. All right.